Greetings, adventurers. My name is Kramer, and welcome back to Cooking Anachronism, where we take modern kitchen appliances and use them to make medieval fantasy-themed foods. Today, we're doing a very simple recipe, but nonetheless delicious, and that is honey biscuits. And this is a great way to reuse old pie dough if you happen to have that sitting around, or you can make pie dough from scratch. That is essentially the main ingredient here. This recipe is coming to you from A Feast of Ice and Fire, the official Game of Thrones cookbook. All the ingredients and the book itself will be linked down in the description. You're gonna need 2 cups of all-purpose flour, 5 tablespoons of butter, and just a little bit of cold water. You're gonna add the flour and the butter in together. It'll be easier if the butter is already cut into smaller pieces. You don't wanna melt the butter with the heat of your hands, so work it gingerly with your fingertips, or maybe even use a pastry cutter. And what you're looking for is a nice crumbly consistency. Then you add just enough water, a little bit at a time, until it forms into a dough, and then you don't want to overwork it. And that is essentially how you make a pie dough. The next step is to roll that out into a 1/4 of an inch thick sheets. Now that's pretty thick compared to what you'd actually want to use for pie, but these are going to end up being biscuits. So 1/4 of an inch, and then we're going to just cut them into little circles. I'm using the top of a glass here. It's very simple, and we're going to separate those out. Now we're going to take those little rounds and we're going to fry them over the stove in a frying pan with butter. And these are frying. So we need to use a little bit more butter than we think, because what I found is that when you don't use enough butter and then that butter sort of burns away and all that's left are the little rounds in the pan, they burn super fast. So you're frying them, use more butter than you think that you need. It'll take about 3 minutes on each side. And then we're going to take them out and pat them dry. While that is happening, we're going to take a 1/4 of a cup of honey and boil it in a small saucepan, again, over the stove. Being very careful not to burn the honey, but we want to get it nice and broken down. It'll be very liquidy when we're done. Once all that's done, we just need to glaze all of the rounds with that honey and then sprinkle them with a little bit of cinnamon, and we are done. I don't really know how to describe this. Not something that would travel easily. Nice and crispy on the outside. What does this taste like? It tastes like eating a Cornish pasty without any of the filling and then just slathered in honey. So I kind of appreciate that they're like not cookies though. They're like a savory, slightly sweet sort of dish. They are just a delicious little treat, and I can totally see a fantasy tavern serving these with whatever their excess materials are as a little snack to their patrons as the night wears on. But they definitely are not as good the second day. So if you're gonna make them, enjoy them after you've made them, and then don't keep them around for too long. So thank you for watching this very quick video for a very delicious recipe. I hope you enjoy. I will see you very soon, and in the meantime, I'd like to wish you good luck on your adventures.